Welcome to QLTS School's video series on the SQE1 assessment. Today we will look at a sample multiple choice question on property practice. You are approached by a client who is concerned about the risk of prosecution by the local building control department for breaches of the building regulations committed for structural alterations made to a property. Which of the following best describes the position? A. A prosecution must be brought within 6 months following the date of completion of the building work. B. A prosecution must be brought within 6 months of the breach being discovered, provided that action was taken within 2 years of completion of the building work that was in breach and the regulation being breached is a green building regulation. C. A prosecution must be brought within 6 months of the breach being discovered, provided that action is taken within 2 years of completion of the building work that is in breach. D. A prosecution must be brought within 12 months of the breach being discovered, provided that action is taken within 3 years of completion of the building work that is in breach. E. There is no time limit on the local authority's power to bring a criminal prosecution. The best answer is C. A prosecution must be brought within 6 months of the breach being discovered, provided that action is taken within 2 years of completion of the building work that is in breach. Section 35A of the Building Act 1984 specifies the appropriate time limits, and you will need to discuss with your client when the works he is concerned about took place. Note, the question is about a breach of building regulation. An approval is usually required for structural alterations made to a property, the installation of replacement windows, of replacement boilers, electrical work, the installation of wood or coal-burning fires or stoves, etc. Building regulations specify the minimum building standards that must be followed and the types of building materials that must be used in the construction of buildings. This consent is distinct from planning consent and will be required for building works even where planning permission is not required. Planning permission controls the way towns, cities and countrysides develop. This includes the use of land and buildings, the appearance of buildings, landscaping considerations, highway access and the impact that the development will have on the general environment. Planning permission is needed for most types of new development or changes to the use of land. The time limits to bring action for breach of planning permission are different than those of building regulations.